That was Gully Wash. We're going to process now. But it is definitely Willy Wonka's chocolate factory in the driving seat here. They've got a map win, man. They've got nothing to lose here. How do you expect them to play coming into this one? Are they going to show a little bit more respect to TCM on process? Are they going to slow the game down and frustrate them? Or will we see that Zebo sniper?
On middles? Probably. I don't know.
At any point?
They tried it now and it failed miserably, so I don't think they're actually going to go for these off classes, and I've never actually seen them really practicing it in scrims as well, so it kind of felt for me it was like they wanted to secure their 2 rounds lead, and in the end it didn't turn out. It was a very long round. It was 1 round overall, that whole thing, I think, right? And it didn't work in their favor, like this not aggressive style. And what really surprised me, the mid that really surprised me, was the one that they played where they just didn't walk towards Cadis. That was very surprising, because usually, like for the last 1.5 years, I've seen people like, there was a scout pressuring Cadis away because they know they had to pressure him, otherwise he would go for the initial damage on their players, taking buffs away and denying position. But they actually, like, because Cadis may be so afraid of getting jumped now at the moment, and like weak at the beginning, he just didn't commit anymore. Yeah,
because the first one Forsaken had gotten right in his grill, and he was probably expecting that again, and Forsaken just jumped up and arced away, faked him out a little bit, made him a bit uncertain about a middle that he's usually so comfortable on. Do
you have logs for me?
Oh, logs, that would be a good idea. If only there was some sort of professional caster around here. I will just go to logs.tf, and I'm sure it's going to be at the top somewhere on Gully Wash. That's my usual strategy. There we go. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. Keep talking, Ips. I'll find this.
So yeah, it is process. Case will be fast, but I think Forsaken also is able to nail the fast rollout to counter him. So we will see 2 teams that really have to adapt to each other and feel each other's mids again. And I was surprised by the ability of TSE that they could really read the mids of Willy Wonkas that well. So I'm really looking forward to that here. I think with these choke pushes, like with these chokey points, like from middle to second and then through the lobby into last, it could actually favor them having just Warren and Uber at the moment. And if Byte learns his lesson from the last match, where he basically dropped for Ubers, he dropped like half his team constantly, then they will have a successful time on this map.
You can see there, War top damage and 413 damage per minute. Kiris, 100 damage behind him there. Nox sort of picking up the slack. He was at 393 per minute. Both those players over 11k. Minimus standards there.
I have to say though, yeah. Sorry.
No, tell me, do say.
I have to say though that I'm still surprised. I wanted it to be such a close match, but I'm still surprised how well TSE kept in that match, to be fair. Like, look at Flip. He played 13 to 19. He had 3,951 damage. That's nothing, but I felt like from time to time he just clutched it on the flank and won his one-on-ones against Zebo. Zebo, actually 1,500 above him with 11 frags more, but also 7 death more. So I'm very surprised about how close this is at the moment, because what was the scores when they last met? Do you remember that?
It ended up a draw, but it was a golden cap win for Wonka. So for TCM, so they didn't get the full 3 points. But I can't remember the actual scores now. Hold on. You know what? I'll find out.
Do it, buddy.
Do you see anything else interesting in these logs?
I feel, again, I'm just going to say it, it's very persistent and very stable the way that Nox plays, but I feel from time to time, like I said, when Salt is making his hero plays and has to take down the combo basically on his own, helping hand from his fully buffed pocket 5 meters next to him will actually help, right? And they could roll more situations in their favor, and they could be a tad more aggressive in the combo and just win with aggression. Alright, we're going live. Take us to mid.
Oh,
I hope you're in the
baby.
game.
Yeah, if you have just joined us, this is ETF2L Season 16 powered by Blackout Gaming Premiership Playoff Map 2 between Willy Wonkas and TCM. It's Process you're watching right now, and you're going to see a high-flying Salt come in and steal War's med pack, and he was already playing very defensive there at the fear of the Cadis rollout, and that might give a little bit of a positional advantage here for Willy Wonkas Chocolate Factory as they take control of the high ground and see how TCM react. It's been trades there, Assault finds Forsaken, but Clara onto Zebasai, and much rather have two scouts up as this middle peters out, but it looks like the man advantage does favour Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. They're going to get another frag there as Flip goes for the sewer whilst his combo backs out on Choke, and they do keep Bite alive, but they have definitely lost that middle lips.
Yeah, and now they're going for the aggressive play. He Nox taken down Bite, very well played. He really just goes aggressive when he knows that he can get the frag, so I mean, what do I know? Maybe he is just a better soldier, and that was just, you know, I eat my words. He was aggressive at the right time, and he got them even a bigger advantage. So that was well played. The aggression we've seen, remember the good old Crackland days when we wouldn't cap mid, we would just go to last and keep him there. Awesome. Sniper
yeah,
the lower left
2
gate.
points for free. Oh, look at Bite. He wants to heal some of his players, but he doesn't want to commit here. He's getting pressured out hard on that right-hand door on the attacker perspective. He, sorry, 2 nuts, I mean, not Bite. And Bite will reappear, goes down, and yeah, that's going to be a Wonka cap. It's a triple for my words.
Let's solve this mid actually. I want to see if he's just going, like he knows now that his opposing demo man plays really passive. I wonder if he goes for the map pack again or if he's going to play really aggressive now. And he sees the enemy roaming soldier and he actually just jumps in, so... Oh god, he's taking a lot of damage, so he's initially very weak and they know that, so they will just keep him out of the fight. Look, they're spamming down the alley where Salt is standing and they take the initial position here on mid and just spam them out. So these little things like that, Roma doesn't jump on the high ground and can't catch the map pack that is usually available for him, makes people lose mids already. That was interesting to see.
Yeah, you just have to look at the health on Wonka's. 3 or 4 of their players were like flashing red. Now Wonka's push out here with a 2-man in disadvantage, but their scouts will respawn and get back into this. Nox goes deep and finds Bite, and Cadis onto Clara. The scouts are about to come in and reinforce here for Wonka's, but most of TCM have backed out. Flip is thinking about continuing the fight. Droso
oh my god!
Trades, it goes
Bro,
down.
do you know why Cadis is saying lol in chat? After Droso killed Cadis, he instantly went into his hiding spot. So in the dead cam, 100% I guarantee you that Cadis could see him hiding, and so both soldiers of Willy Wonka, both scouts of Willy Wonka went for Droso, and actually he would trade for a scout frag as well. So that was unbelievable, funny to see, and we're just spamming them out of mid here. Very well played, but look at Tunuts, he has a big advantage. Yeah, but
they go back for the health. War bombed in, landed a whole bunch of stickies in their faces there, forced them out as they came to that choke point. But his team a lot of time here, which is all important.
From Zebo.
That is interesting. They're going to be pushing with an uber advantage here and a sniper threat, and looks like TCM are going to more or less kite all the damage and the uber players and escape Bite. Only 10% away from a charge here. Everybody gets out for TSE with their life except for War, who gets chased out by a rocket from Nox there. And where is Bite? Where are they going to uber from here? He's in the PC, he's coming out now. It's Clar, and Cadis already has stickies there. Clar's lost his buff, but the uber gets popped off. But Bite's already finding himself 2 players down here. They need big frags. They need frags.
And they get him.
But they're going to lose Bite anyway.
Yeah, they have to overextend so much to get 2 nuts here that
Salt
this is just like...
the flip. Oh.
Yeah, that was a big shot. That was such an overextend, basically, to just force the frag onto the 2 nuts, the death onto 2 nuts, that they gave away that second point for free. And Zebo was already in last on Sniper, getting zoned out into last by War, and War finds the frag, so very well played. Nox very aggressive at the moment, really surprising. He takes down Forsaken and trades again, soldier for soldier trade, just checking out what he can do on last. And 2 down for Willy Wonkas. I would be pushing. Bite is
TCM
also calling for the push. Yeah. Coming
up here, all Cadis' stickies are on the left hand side on rollout. Got a few on the lower lobby actually. Oh, Clar sees the edge of a sticky bomb there, and I think backside.
Zebo's sniper again, so they can't push.
Yeah, it would be unwise to push, but now they have to play this dangerous game where they let Zebo come close enough for them to pick him, or at least spot him out or get close to him if they do decide to commit to a push here. It's a dangerous game. Looks like they want to hold though. Droso on heavy.
Droso heavy on last, but considering, I don't know, they probably don't know about the sniper at the moment of Zebra, because otherwise I think Droso wouldn't play as far into the point as he would. Like the sidelines for Zebra.
Sniper battle here between Forsaken and Zebo. Oh, and it's a big bait. Salt gets beat it out there. We thought he was going for the sniper. Forsaken gets the headshot onto Zebo as well. 2-man advantage. It's time to push. Go for it.
They can just trade Ubers. And Nox, oh god, this is what I mean.
Finds 2 frags.
By just Ubers his favorite demo man in and loses everyone behind them, because Nox can just Uber in above them, and now they're going down. So this is how the cookie crumbles. This is where it ends for TSE if Willy Wonkas play it right and they have the higher ground that they can take. Look at Klaas getting the... Ooh, I eat my words. Sam is going down to huge rockets by Kla. I thought Sam had that with the higher ground advantage, and this is how you also give it away by Willy Wonkas. That was sloppy, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, sloppy plays all round. I mean, who's to blame there? Is it Droso and Flip getting a little bit overeager in their push? Should they just stay back and wait for Byte to call him in, or is it just Nox with the masterful read there?
Yeah, well, I mean, the same mistake has been happening like on 2 maps now, so you could say it's also the fault of the scouts as well, but I don't know, the team should always be able to flash multiple people and having bad Uber, but at least retreat to last. Like, imagine Byte flashing his players and just retreating, then Willy Wonkas can't push on this bad Uber because they have position on last instead of this, so...
couldn't physically Uber them through a wall.
Exactly. Well, that's true.
I'm not too sure about how that medic class works, but I don't think that's possible. Look at Zebo though, he's pushed up all the way on the left, gets spotted out by Droso, decides to go for a shot, but will pay for it with his life. The shot did not connect, and Zebo has a chance to respawn as another class. Now will he go back to sniper? He seems to love that scope, man.
He should go spy or something. Like this last point is made for spies. And look,
scout.
99% on Tunas, but he gets the Uber. But it's not a good Uber if Nox pushes too deep in and there's no med pack available for his medic, then they have to retreat now because Tunas was actually very weak. But War also just on 80 HP will prevent the TSE squad to actually push out of this last point. So it's a bit of
this is when I'd be looking to go for the dry push. You know, the Ubers have faded.
Exactly.
You've got 6 up. Your scouts are alive. Either team could do it here. Either team could push and pick up a lot of frags. There's
Klaas down. He had no heals. He had to play without heals again. And War is 260, just spamming pipes over a fence into the second point. This is what I don't understand. You need aggressive soldiers and aggressive scouts to get out of last, and not an aggressive demoman. Very much the problem that we talked about in the pre-game. Then how will a scout without a buff and a soldier without a buff get past these defensive lines of Willy Wonkas in the end? So they have to change up these healing patterns. Like again, War is just the only one getting Ubered in and he gets dropped, so retreat to last again for TSE. Weird. Not a good situation for Byte to be in right now.
Yeah, they've tried the same push, 3 or 4 times in a row. You think they might mix it up. And here comes that Uber charge, free entry, but they choose to pop anyway. War was down, but they Ubered in, and now they're going to fall back and hope that TSE overextend. But Byte has ended to have pretty good control on his players. Right now he buffs the scout while Clara's eating rockets.
Yeah, nice buffs now. This is good. This is what they can work with now. They have 2 soldiers pushing in on the lower right, but they find the sticky trap of Cadis, so that guy is down. Clara's very weak as well. And War goes down.
Oh wow!
Alone in the flank. Zebo finds him together with Sam. So this will open up this last round, this last point for Willy Wonkas Shock the Factory. But let's see who has the better focus fire. We've seen Willy Wonkas messing that up before, and it looks like will Byte get that charge? Nope.
Man, Zebo's like Freddy Krueger. He knows your fears. He's in your nightmares. It's like, I'm a demo man, I'm sticking in one door. You know Zebasai is going to come in that other door and just humiliate you, because he's always wandering around.
Most of the time he finds the sticky trap and dies to it, so he died like 8 times before finding his frag. To be fair, it's not like he did a clockwork play and clutched it. It took him a couple of attempts, if you remember right. And again, Forsaken taking down Cadis. That is a nice play by Forsaken. So they can control the high ground with War here, TSE, but they're not controlling the high ground. Sam actually dropping down to them now, or who's that? Yeah, Sam. But Nox calls to get out, and Sam the only one in the point, actually buying like a couple of seconds, maybe 1.5 seconds for Nox and 2 nights getting out.
War jumps in, lands a sticky on him, but They did about 30 or 40 knocks, somehow surviving, and 99 got a little bit of a buff there from 2 Nazis back onto last, but they will forfeit that Spire for sure. Now they're going to set up with some sort of defense here. Will it be the classic Broder double sniper? I've never seen them run that one.
That is restricted by ETF2L, if you remember, since it worked too good against Epsilon. Everything that works against Epsilon gets out of the game. Yeah.
Setting you up for a little rant there, Rips.
Numlocked, that guy. Never mind, so Sol is very weak, they're just spamming into lobby. Let's see if Tunas wants to before him, but Sol actually retreats, using his escape mechanism, the gunboats, to get out of a dangerous situation. Very well played to him, and they're just taking lobby right now, TSE that is. I don't know if they're aware of Zebazai being sniper, but he gets spammed with scattergun shots already, so they know it. And they're jumping him already.
Just sent War in to try and deny the sniper.
What is this push?
Oh, now the Uber. Now the Uber after the Demoland dive. They're trying to force 2 nuts here. He does pop off, but Bite
goes down. Bite goes down.
Looking for the mid Bite. There's no kick there.
Down. There we go.
Smashed by Sully, gets Clara as well. Only 2 up now.
This is the thing I don't really understand, because there was about 15 meters between. Oh, is that Roma gonna find Frick? No. 15 meters between War and Bite going down, so War had all the time in the Bite had all the time in the world to actually retreat there and make that poor play by War, basically jumping in and down on his own, not matter that much, and then he popped. So again, a gifted Uber for Willy Wonkas.
Yeah, they're gonna continue steamrolling through into middle here, just bullying out those remaining TSE players. They would be wise to get out of there. ×4 on the cap. Kadis already locked it down, choke with stickies, but Bite has his players well drilled. Nobody's even going to peek or contest. He's going to have 6 up here, and he's going to try and use that to nullify the Uber advantage that 2 nuts managed to work up though.
Nice positioning. He's on the Spire. I don't think it. Well, it can actually hold off the whole Uber. We've seen. Last time I've seen that situation was when the Americans played the Americans at I-46, when Enigma was running heavy on his own Spire there on Badlands. So this is an interesting situation to kite an Uber disadvantage, and we see now they have that Uber. Actually, it bought them so much time that Willy Wonkas had to adapt to. And Bite again, just running around, not really making this the best of Ubers, almost dropping his heavy there, but it's all good in the hood so far. Flip is very weak though. They have one weak player that has no heals available at the moment.
Troso does his best to die in the sewer, peeks in and surfs a little rocket away there, and has now managed to survive. He's shown himself in the sewer, and he's beating out the aggression from Zebasai. Padding damage as well, trading shots. But definitely some picks could come in the sewer, but it looks like the combo of Willy Wonkas is going to just hang around the rock here, buff up, and hope that TSE push in, but
it's not often you see
TSE taking the initiative.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we saw on Gully Wash as well, where TSE would just roll that heavy when they've already been a couple of rounds down. So it's a questionable decision making right now, because it slows down their game so much. And again, we've Nox in that situation. Does he want to push on that heavy? Does he want to just win by 2 rounds difference, or does he want to roll that through? And Nox is spamming away that heavy here really nicely. And Zebo and Nox together find the frack on for a second, so that's huge. And we are in a pause right now, so we can actually talk a bit about stuff. That's cool. Pause is over. I eat my words. The gods of TF2 are against us today.
Curse of the Caster Rips calls the long pause, and the tiny one. There comes the Uber force though. But TSE are already 2 men down. This Uber should be a defensive one. They want to try and get out. They're going to walk forward, and if they commit to this, they're going to find themselves flanked by a lot of blue players. But Clar finds Zebo in the lobby and shuts down that threat. War's going to pick up the med pack and try and get back into this one. Look at Bite. Oh, that's such a horrible area to play around. Like, it's so difficult to make it to that door as medic, and Bite doesn't, and he does get crushed.
Oh no, huge rocket on Flip. Headshot's basically the scout mid-air, and he gets the fall damage plus the actual direct rocket damage and just craters to the ground. So huge rocket by knocks down to Flip, and this is another round.
They're trying to get a frag here. Oh, they'll now cap the
standing
point.
in front of the door. So again, in that Uber, like before that Uber even happened, Bite had already dropped 2 people in the flank, and when Bite popped, the flank of Willy Wonkas just disappears out of that team fight and comes in back later. Very well played, very clean play at the moment coming out of Willy Wonkas.
Yeah, Bite can't be everywhere at once. Like, is it not up to the flank to keep themselves alive? Onto this middle loop, Forsaken jumps up into the crate, then drops down and eats 2 easy rockets there from Salt, basically gifting the frag on a silver plate, but somehow manages to survive. TSE are very, very weak. So many players on that red health right now, and most of them are trying to get. Bite catches a pipe at long range. by eating rollers. Cadis
That's
just
what I'm saying.
smashes pipe there.
He
Smashes bite with a
he
pipe.
doesn't even have to direct it. Then he had like out of
The
4
first one was
pipes,
a
he had
direct,
1
then hit
direct,
the
yeah, on
rollers.
bite, and then it was 3 rollers, 2 rollers, and he got I think 3 frags, 2 frags. Oh, it was flip against Zebo. I told you, boy, kid is hot. But Nox is saying on the server, I lost my domination. I blame the server. So he's really sad about losing 2 domination. He was actually on 4 right now, playing very, 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 very good right now on his pocket soldier role. And the team itself, they have good cohesion at the moment, good team play, and it seems like the scrims are forgotten and they found their groove.
A little bit of trash talk there from Nox, disrespecting his opponents, bragging about the dominations. Here he comes in with the Uber charge. It's a multi though. They're going to bring Cadis in as well. They're trying to focus down that heavy weapons guy, but
He
it
disappears.
looks like he made it into the spawn. Nice spawn switch there from Jeroso, I believe it was. And now the fight
Salt.
continues. Oh, most of them are dead. Only Jeroso remains alive.
Salt did that really nice. You see, Kate is pushed in on the right side with the soldier and the Uber, so the rotation, when they want to get into spawn, is forced to go to the left side, and when they came out of the spawn on the left, Salt was already waiting on top of them in panic room on the high ground, just raining havoc down on them, so that was a very good play by Salt there, getting 3 frags in the end.
Look how fast Cadis is. He's already on that left side on the med pack, putting stickies into war as he walks through choke, tags the roamer a little bit as well. Now will his team be able to capitalise on this? It looks like they're going to try and just push directly across the point. Cadis is taking a lot of focus fire here. Both soldiers bomb up, and there's no scouts in the high ground to deny, and 3-4 go down for willy wonkas, and they just
knocks us out with that Uber.
They didn't make that one pay, man. Like,
that's what
why is nobody's controlling the high ground, even though those players are already tagged by Cadis? Like,
yeah, but,
follow up.
Yeah, because they don't have their pocket on the high ground. Like, you see other pockets playing there, and their pocket is playing in choke to get out of there, so you see, it is a double-edged sword to play this kind of style. You can completely give away mids as well like this, but obviously you keep the charge advantage.
There's a back cam on here as willy wonkas struggle to hold on to last here. It's almost capped. The scout goes and edges on it. Cadis with the death denies him, and the shoddy boom body from Nox onto bite there. The back cap comes in as well.
So yeah, that was, again, I think why it works that Nox is not committing on mids is that he forces the enemy team to fight a team fight on last, right? With Uber versus Uber, and he knows that he and his team is better at that. He's not going to risk dying like to a random thing, a random rocket he has to hit, or 2 nice rockets he has to hit on mids. He's just fighting on his territory.
Entire strategy.
Not necessarily, but it seems to be his style that he feels more confident having these team fights, having these transition plays where he outsmarts the enemy than actually raw DM. So it's really good. It works in his favor at the moment. Look, like, they lost mid, but they're on the enemy second now.
Yeah, man, can't argue with that. You're only as good as your last play. And right now, willy wonkas Chocolate Factory are crushing it. They're going to find a frag onto Clar there around the sewer area. There's the back cap denied. Drosto a little bit ahead of time there. Is taken out. Flip does find Salt though, and there is an opportunity here as Cadis goes down to Flip, who seems to be smashing it and bringing his team back into this game. Bite's going to move forward, but there's a scout on Bite with 1 shot between the shoulder blades of Bite. It's going to send him to the spawn queue, and that is the wind out of their sails.
Look at the trash talk, or like the little buy-ins and little smileys that get spammed towards Bite here. Kate is rubbing that in, that the random play, that the random aggressive play that Bites or Despice or Zabazai actually works, and I don't know. That kills your spirit if that happens. You win a hold on second, and then you die to a flanking scout that should have been dead 3 hours ago.
Yeah, it's like a bad beat in poker or something, man. But you just have to play the percentages and hope that you can outsmart Zebo most of the other times. But whenever you're already 4-0 down and there's only 10 minutes left, you need a little bit of luck on your side right now. And
they should just play crits, honestly. No one is actually switching crits when they die. I see, like, look, Bite again, just like not making a fast fracking game, just goes onto the regular Uber all the time. I would have switched to crits like 7 minutes ago to get some momentum going. It's obviously an all or nothing strategy. Salt actually going down to Flip being behind the enemy lines here, but doesn't matter too much. As the aggression comes in from TSE, they try to go for the medic. Nox takes down Claw. What is Forsaken doing? Oh, he forced! Forsaken forced. It was a double suicide play, basically. Flip distracting a couple of players, and then the soldiers coming in. Forsaken finding the force onto 2 nuts here. So that was good. A good play by TSE. They can work off that. If they now don't mess it up. If they find frags, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, Flip and Forsaken were really doing work on the flank there for a long passage play, drawing back the combo and allowing Byte to get back into this Uber fight. Then with that force as well, just the cherry on top now. Byte has a real opportunity to convert this Uber advantage into a round. He's going to try and work the choke here. No, decides to switch it up to PC. He's going to lead with Clar, and he's got Droso here for the flash through. But in the meantime, Zebo finds War. Flip behind us, I do it all the time, man. The Uber comes in. They're going to try and chase here with Clar. They have managed to isolate Cadis, and Flip finds Zebo and Salt meanwhile back around the sewer area. The cap is coming in, but it's a 3-on-3. Actually, here comes a soldier as well to help out. Double soldier on the point here. The Uber gets forced out, but they've committed so many players.
Run away!
Byte might be able to make out. Zebo wants to chase him down though. Zebo's going hard here. Knows Byte is weak. Chooses to shoot the scouts though because they're going to mince him up. But he survives on 4. What? He had a little bit of a buff. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, I don't know. You could. It's health management in the end. Very well played to Zabazai staying alive there in that situation. He's already going behind. Look, he's in choke. He's not capping Spire. He tries to find the flank. Actually catches some rockets. Will now just grab that med pack. Oh, will he destroy that soldier on the flank? No, he finds Class. So
2 knocks down. Byte's got Uber as well. This is huge here for TCM. They've already Ubered in. Bomb left. Oh man.
They find frags.
He's trying to reload those rockets furiously.
Where's Cadis?
He respawns, but not in time, man, not in time.
It's medical round. I mean, can they make it? I think 9 minutes is enough if you keep the spirit up, if you actually roll through, but they have to have a faster approach onto the transitions, like no heavy stuff, no regular Ubers, just crits. You have a DM strong demoman, just utilize on that, please.
He hasn't been listening to you so far. No crits here. Assault comes flying in over the horizon there onto War and jumps back out again. War was pretty weak there. Assault had managed to connect a rocket. It could have taken him out of the middle. Forsaken gets shut down by Zebo though. And TCM are going to convert that 1-man advantage into equalize here as it goes 3-on-3.
No,
TCM with the high ground. Clar up top. Flip as well. Denies Zebo. And it looks like they're going to cap here. 7 minutes, 8 minutes left.
Both well played though, like Cadis initially got bombed by Forsaken and was really weak, so it's an obvious maneuver that he will go transition to the right side of the middle to grab the little mat pack, and TSE just walked towards him on their left side, so he had like a full force of 3 people just going onto him and taking high ground, so it's a nice aggressive play on Cadis here. Uber exchange in the top of PC right now. Let's see who gets the better of it.
Looks like Byte's a little bit scared. Drops down to get the kit, but they're not really going to contest that higher part of PC now with the buffs and the demo man here. They're trying to make something happen, but
right now.
They've got the whole team on the flank right now. The flank is now the blue med pack on middle. No one's watching sewer. Oh, Clar goes down to Samsy's scattergun, and Byte and Forsaken are going to start to back out here. But Salt went down also in that mix-up, so it's going to be 5-on-5 here. It's
yeah, was a bit of a cluster play there in the PC room. A lot of
cluster
people
fudge.
A cluster pledge. A lot of people that the blue players with the high ground could just shoot easily and rain down easy rockets on them. So a bit of a misplay by TSE, but they're still holding on to mid, and this is what doesn't work in their favor. That the game is getting slow right now. Klaus get it going and just find Samsy being like a bit bored there. I don't know what he was doing. He was just standing around looking at his toes, and Klaus will hide. I think he spotted though, and yeah, they find frags in the flank. So this is nice. This is a nice play that they not take the Ubers into the main part, but they actually find frags on the flank.
But Byte's going down for it.
Yeah. And now they should just recycle, but they're not doing it. Like the aggression now is not coming in trying to trade. There's one soldier Forsaken on his own going in, so now now Klaas going in. So there's absolutely no team play right now in these after Uber aggressions. And nice play by War taking out Zebo, but Zebo took him down before. So Zebo again finding a very important frag. Just finding War on this map particularly a lot of times where War doesn't want to die. Like, War would be so crucial, holding this choke point now, and Kid is already putting pressure on it. Will basically open up that choke point for his team. You see them just going through there. There's no stickies, no fear.
There's 5 minutes left here. Like, really, if I was TCM, just get rid of the the idea of Uber-charge. Forget about that.
Yeah.
Just start playing for buffs
Why
and
are
push
they
it
playing
in.
now? Like, yeah,
push it in
exactly.
dry.
It's as long as there's not 100% Uber on the enemy medic, there is no Uber advantage, right? You know what I mean? Like, there is no Uber until there is an Uber. So it was just 80% to 60%. You have a window of
Ward's
like 15
getting isolated
seconds
here.
to
He's
push
not paying
on.
attention to
Oh,
Sewer.
oh.
The scouts are scouring him and he's just spamming stickies at them long range. But he doesn't realise Nox is all over his shit. Comes in, gets that big frag. And 2 for free here, but the trade comes in on the flank as Forsaken and Droso pick up Salt and Zebasai. And potential backhap on here. I'm not sure if this one is going to capitulate. Forsaken is jumping around here trying to distract Nox, and that's opening up a 2-pronged attack here from TSE as they come in. Droso picks up 2 there. Cadis and 2 nuts going down very quickly as Nox is just trying to chase out Forsaken.
Well, he's just buying time. He's behind them. He's being an annoyance in their bag. They know he's there. It's a tough situation for him. He can decide if he just wants to die now or annoy them. He has the advantage of being a couple of rounds up, so he can stay behind. It's not important if he dies now, late, or whatever. He's gonna go down to that scout. He's not gonna find that. He's gonna find that mad pick actually, but that's not a crucial pick. Like, if they don't lose more people, more players now, and actually Klar and for Ward getting taken down by Cadis, and I think they will contest this. Like, Cadis is yeah. There we go. Nice aggression. Salt actually getting taken down, and they got the cap of it. So that was greedy play that didn't really work in their favor. It's really risky now to stay there. But actually has a big Uber advantage if you look at it, so they can.
I think Tudor's got a sneaky saw there as well. Got a little Uber saw on the Spire. Zebo gets cleaned up.
On a scout, yeah, exactly.
Bite's going to Uber instantly in here, looking for that medic pick. They're all over 2 nuts. One more rocket.
They have to get him. They have to get him, and they get him. They get him. Yep, there we go. And now they're all clustered up on the point because they all wanted to block it. What is going? I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm hoping for. Ooh. Look at the awesome positioning of Cadis. Do you see that? What's he going to do with that pipe? Like, where was that pipe aimed for? For the point? Oh, the point is over. And it's happening again. Look at War's pipe now. War's pipe right in front of him. That pipe is not going to connect. Oh, White finds a frag. So
it wouldn't be a TCM game without a few pauses.
Minutes. Wait, that's way too late. I don't know what's going on. We need to see these crits now, or some really creative plays. And Bite's still holding on to that Uber charge. Let's see Tunis as well. So Tunis doesn't need to swap though. Like he's perfectly fine.
Super fast. Got sticks on choke, but the sticks do nothing. He mistimes his death. Doesn't get the demo or the roamer there. And now it's pretty much an even fight here on middle, but War taking the aggressive stance, walks straight forward, finds a grouped up bunch of blue players there, all blobbed up, as Brad would say, dealing out massive damage, and his team follow up on that with a plum. Just
TSE!
Great initiative taken there.
Come on. Yeah, nice. I saw something really cool. It's common nowadays of the nerd scouts with the nice binds with the winged jump scripts, but Zebo was actually using that to get on top of the crate unseen and from an unknown angle from the soldiers. You know. Okay, this drops Forsaken, but Bite has the Uber popped. So if they find frags, then this is going to be their point for sure. But they can't. They don't find frags. The heavy's not really harmed. And oh, Samzy! Did you see that? Samzy destroyed Flip in mid-air. So. What is that kind of random focus fire at the moment of last? They're giving it away. That was their point to get, right? Like that could have kept them in the game, and it's over, basically.
Yeah, they were sort of in the reloading patterns there, and the heavy had just covered the distance to the point where he does so much damage. He's just in that lethal range, and they couldn't kill him fast enough. Right now, though, it looks like wonkas are going to push right here. They want to get another round on the board, it seems. Cadis has gone down. 15 seconds before he's back in the game, and Nox is trying to defend his medic here, but it looks like Zebasai is just going to maul Bite. He is mincing him up right there.
Yeah, so as soon like Zebo baited the aggression onto the point, as soon as people jumped him, he just stepped off it. He did the perfect thing of just utilizing soldiers not being with the medic, and it was War being in his reloading patterns as he then dropped Bite and War in the end. So that was very well played. Nice aggression with Zebo coming in there. And that was it. That was it for the game. That's GG, I think.
I think we can call this one. Yeah.
Willy just wants to get another round. Like they want to have that 5-2. 4-2 is not good enough for them. They don't like to consider having a close game against TSE in the end. So they want to have that 5th round. They're playing very aggressive. Kate is just going for a pain train duel with War, but Clark comes in to interfere.
No respect. No
Kate is
respect for the melee
actually-
fight.
We were having a thing.
There are
Yeah.
rules, man. There are rules. Exactly. Cadis knows what he's talking about. You can't
Sam
just
getting-
interrupt a melee fight like that, man.
Right. So that's the
Nox
second
on there,
place
shot.
for Willy Wonkas.
Yeah, man, that's
Right, in the
guaranteed. That
playoffs.
is locked up. Done and dusted. If you have just joined us, yeah, you probably missed it all. This was ETF2L Season 16, powered by Blackout Gaming, Premiership pre-playoff, playoff. You saw
Interviews.
TCM lose. Willy Wonkas take 2 maps. It was pretty close. Maybe we have interviews, I don't know. I didn't
Yeah, we have
arrange any.
interviews. I have Samzy available and Cadis. I am prepared tonight, redeeming myself
For the greatest cast ever.
for the greatest cast ever that just the pledge didn't like.
There, it's going to time out now, guys. 4-2 in favour of Wonka. That will be the final score. There will be no Metalworks. But don't leave. Ips has interviews. It's going to be good.
We have interviews. Do you have some of the TSE members on your friends list? I would really like to have one of them as well in the interview so we get some kind of discussion actually going.
Absolutely. I can hopefully get Bite. He's offline right now, though.
Uh-oh.
He'll be listening to the cast just at the end. You know, Bite. Come on, Steam, buddy. We'll bring you in here. We'll have a little chit-chat. I'm sure Ips has some very deep and meaningful questions. I'm going to look at the log, though, at the same time. Got to check out them logs. Yeah, I found it. Just going to go straight to the damage here. You know, everybody loves the dams. Nox up top, actually. Nox with 377 per minute. That's 11k over the course of 30 minutes. And War and Kate is tied on 317 damage per minute. And actually tied on
That's
the
ridiculous.
actual amount of damage they
That is
did in the game.
ridiculous.
You want to look at kills and assists per
Look
death?
at the med
Look at the
Look at the health pack pickups by War and Cadis as well. It's all the same. What the
Are they twins?
wow.
Cloned.
Sam is here, by the way, if you want to drag him in. Dash.
Salt says he wants to come for an interview too.
I don't want 3 of these guys in an interview.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, Salt.
And
Deal with it.
Salt's... No.
I reckon
Sorry, Sam.
if Bite isn't game, we'll get... Oh, he is online now. Hello, Bite. Let me see. Have we got guys in Mumble right now? Can we begin? I'll find Bite. You conduct the interview. No problem, Ips. You got this.
Yep. I'm just giving away the info at the moment. The interviews will start very, very soon. So, yeah, are you surprised? What was your feeling about this? I felt like Process was completely dominated by by Willy Wonkas in the end, and Nox playing really aggressive in the end was very outstanding, very, very well played.